Hi, Leo. So, it's really funny because the reading that I was going to do for you guys was totally coming, like I was feeling all morning the Leo energy and the really like wanting to bring to life like your purpose. And I'm so sorry that this is late, but I feel like it's really just on time. I know it's the 6th of March and this goes from spanning from the 1st to the middle of March. So I'm going to do your second half of March right after this reading. So you guys will get that first because I know you've been very, very patient for this. And I've had a lot of people ask me, like, what's going on with you? Like, some people have said that I've been really flat or like just not really in a good mood. And the Virgo full moon that happened on March 1st was really tough on me because I'm a Libra rising Virgo sun. So it was in my 12th house as well as my first house. And then the Libra full moon, of course, then we look at the Libra full moon, which will be on the 31st. So it's it's been a very interesting time energetically. And so let me get back to, so I was doing my yogi tea, right? I've been drinking this a lot lately because I really like the energy one. And as I was feeling your energy this morning, getting ready and stuff, I'm feeling like that Leo's purpose is really coming to fruition. Like you guys are really coming into your own power. And so the tag on my yogi tea says, the purpose of life is to know yourself and love yourself and trust yourself and be yourself. And I thought, that's like totally perfect that I'm drinking this tea during the Leo reading. You guys, it's so late, but it's like divine timing. Like this is the way that it had to be. So thank you for your patience and waiting for this. And I really appreciate everybody's support while all of these energetic shifts are happening. I feel like things are going to be very different going into March and coming into the rest of the year. Not different like everything's going to be smooth sailing and a breeze. But I had kind of like this epiphany moment last night, really needing to be by myself. And the more that I, like as a Virgo, we do that. I pull in to recalibrate. Like that's what the whole Hermit card is. When I'm searching spiritually, I pull myself in and try and recalibrate. The thing is sometimes I go a little overboard and I keep to myself a little too much. I'm only 7 days outside of Leo season. So I really pull in those Leo qualities often. You guys kind of give me like the fire under my ass to get going kind of thing sometimes. Even though I'm a mutable sign and even though I'm ruled by Mercury, it's still extremely hard sometimes to get me moving. Once I get into my hermit stage, I don't want to get out of it. And then things kind of start to take a turn for the worse, So I'm kind of came to this epiphany last night that I'm like, man, these Leos, they're really trying to like get me going. And I've probably seen a couple of comments about like, where's the Leo video? But you haven't pushed me to get it done. And you're being so incredibly patient, which is very appreciative. And sometimes it's really hard for a Leo to be patient. So, it's very interesting that when I woke up this morning and I was feeling you guys really like knowing that you see yourself now. And when I say that, I mean, you look in the mirror and you can actually like look at yourself in the eyes and be like, this is who I am. And this is what I truly believe. And this is where I want my path to go. Because you guys have lost some things in the beginning of this year. There are some things that were kind of like taken out of your life. I think the eclipses did that for you, even if it was really hard for you to handle. There was still some things, but it was like they weren't serving your purpose anyways. And there were also some things that you really had to learn about yourself and family. Just like being around your family or being around the people who love you and truly knowing that you fit in, that this is where I belong. Like, this is where I should be. So I feel like March is looking better for Leos than it has been lately. We have the King of Pentacles. So there's that earth sign. He likes to show up often. Somebody who is very sturdy, stable, grounded. This person, sorry, allergies are just crazy, and sinuses. I actually read that people who are very empathic and channel, they have a lot of sinus problems, because I've always tried to get rid of my sinus problems and it never happens. So I feel like this earth sign has kind of made things a little bit confusing in Leo's life. And so there are like options, the lines are fuzzy. And it could be because you're not getting the affection that you really truly want from this person. It's almost as if the communication is skewed. There's like this communication gap, like you really want to offer something to them, or you really want them to offer something to you, and Eight of Wands. It could be a long distance thing where it's just really, really hard to get to each other or to really talk to each other. But I do feel like it's a strong connection. It's just super fuzzy. And I feel like it's a strong connection because I keep like noticing one specific card that's in this deck, and or that keeps popping up as I'm shuffling. And we'll show it here in a minute. Queen of Cups. Ace of Pentacles and the Star. So, Leo, you have a water sign in your life, or you're being extremely intuitive right now. And I feel like you're actually really like in this very healing moment, like we just talked about, kind of like coming into yourself. If you look at the Queen of Cups, she really knows who she is. She's very strong in her power and what she wants. And the Star is, you know, that balancing. There could be an Aquarius in your life, but this person, if there is an Aquarius in your life, this person is communicating with you way more than the earth sign for sure. I feel like the earth sign is extremely confusing for you, and you've been trying to tap into your intuition. Like, I really want to have this stable relationship with somebody, and this is not working for me right now. And things are actually very clearly open. I mean, your future looks really bright. It looks really clear. It looks really steady. And I think that because this person popped into your life, things got a little confusing. And now you're like, now what do I do? So I want to, I know I'm like jumping all over my words. And the reason why I'm doing that is because, like, why are you dealing with the confusion, Leo? Like, you don't need this. You don't need this confusion. And it's funny, like, I wanted to give it a softer tone for some reason. And you know, everybody knows me. I don't do softer tones. I tell you how it is. I tell you how it's going to be. I tell you what I see in the cards specifically. But for some reason, I wanted to be softer with you guys. And you don't want that. Are you portraying that you need to have somebody be a little bit softer to you, like kinder to you? Or are you just kind of rolling over and taking it? Because you don't need this. You don't need to just roll over and take it. Behind all of this healing that's going on, behind all of this balance and this healing, or whoever the Aquarius is, if that's how we're going to go, with it is like money. It's like stability. I don't know why I needed to say, you know, it's okay. I was going to like pat your shoulder and be like, it's okay, it's okay. With a Lover's card. And this is probably why, because I know how big this connection is. I can see it clear as day. Really big connection. And sometimes this person makes you feel really, really good about yourself with the Six of Wands. But the lines are blurred. Do you need to let go a little bit? Let go of the conflict? Because I feel like, even if you feel like this is a really big connection, there's somebody in your environment that, I have the King of Cups here, and I know that you're not showing up as a fire sign right now. There's a lot of fire in this reading, though. So I do see the movement of Leo. But I feel like you guys, whether it's the King of Cups or the Queen of Cups, you guys are really taking on this very soft side of you, this very intuitive side of you. And there's somebody who's on the same page as you, who is not as stern as the King of Pentacles can be. There's somebody who is, if I may say it this way, better suited. I mean, this is the same suit. Both water signs. And it could be a water sign that you're dealing with, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Or it's just somebody who's really on the same page as you, who's really like, you can talk to about anything. And it feels really good. And it's not, it doesn't feel confusing, and you don't feel like you're begging for any kind of affection. Because this conflict that's going on here, and I feel kind of like that you're holding on pretty tightly to this King of Pentacles. Whoever this King of Pentacles is, you're holding on pretty tightly to it. And I think because you have recognized that this is a really close connection. But I want to tell you, and I've actually had to say this often lately with a lot of personal readings, that just because it's our twin flame, just because it's our soulmate, just because it's our divine partner, the person that we know is our person, or is supposed to be our person, we feel, we don't have to be with them in the 3D, at least not right now. Like, why make yourself less than who you truly are just because there's a connection there? You know, I mean, you can't consistently sacrifice yourself and consistently fight your environment, consistently hold on to things that aren't serving you anymore. Because if this guy doesn't let go of a pentacle, this big old Ace of Pentacles isn't going to be able to come in. And if the big Ace of Pentacles doesn't come in, how are you going to rebuild that really stable ground? But don't be deceiving about it. Five of Swords. If you have to break something free, if you have to break free of something, I feel like make sure you're doing it in a very clear way. Like, don't make things more confusing than they really are. Than they already are, I guess I should say, not really are. Because I feel like there's somebody else that is closer suited to how you are dealing with life right now, how you're moving through your existence. And this is what I mean by purpose. Like, Leo is finding their purpose right now. Really searching for their purpose and manifesting it. And doing it in a very spiritual way. There you guys are, the King of Wands. Or this could be another fire sign. I feel like you guys have a lot of people around you right now. But a lot of people are around you. It doesn't even have to be that a lot of people are around you. It could just be like the same aspect of several different people. But I feel like you guys are getting in touch with your very emotional, watery sides, which makes a lot of sense. When you're looking for your purpose and things have been really confusing. But you guys are making things happen, and you're doing it in a very spiritual way. This King of Pentacles could be a Taurus or a Virgo, since we have the Magician is ruled by Mercury. So could be looking at Virgo here. Could be a Gemini in your life, or really any sign. Like I really don't like to get caught up in all the signs, but I know people like to hear them just to be validated, you know. But you know what you want, and you know where you want to go. Or you know, I kind of feel like you guys are in the same place as Capricorn, except for you guys are doing it in a much more emotional way. Capricorn is being very stern with themselves. But I feel like your purpose is that of a very emotional nature. And so there are some things that you're going to have to let go of. Because you can see the end of the road. You can see where you can see that existence that you want, your end destination. You can see that. You can see where you want to go, but you have to buckle down and get there. And when you're in the middle of something that's very, very confusing, it's hard to do that. So remember through the first half of March, as you're moving through into the second half of March, which I will do directly after this reading because you guys have been so fantastic. Just remember to hold on to what matters the most to you, and not necessarily what you think has to happen. I feel like what you know has to happen, and it's like that push and pull. Like, intuitively. Your intuition is very strong right now. I don't even need to see the High Priestess to know that, because I see this very fitting couple over here, water signs over here. Even if you feel something very strongly, if it's not serving your purpose, if it's making you confused, if you're not able to see the brightness through it, then you really got to break free of it, because there are some good things coming. And it's not like you can't go back to it, but the universe is going to offer you this very stable life, and you don't have that right now. So, and even if it's not in like a love relationship, if there's something going on at work or something like that, just know that you're being very taken care of, and you're actually making things happen. You are manifesting all of this stuff that's happening. So, be good to yourselves right now. For sure, Leo. Be very good to yourselves. And if you would like to have a personal reading, check out the InstantGo app or my website, fearlessintuition.net. I did open up like 20 more spots for you guys, because this was so late, for the $10 email readings, because I only had a limited number for March. So I did open up 20 more spots. That's all that's left. I'm not going to open up any more for March. I will open up more for April. So take advantage of that, the $10 email readings. It's taking between 7 and 10 days for me to get those emails out, because there were a lot of them that came out pretty fast. So that's why I had to do a limited amount, but I wanted to give you guys a chance. So I am getting them out like within 7 days at the moment, but they keep coming in, and anyway. So please be patient. Know that if you get an email saying that your order is being processed, I did get the same email, and the order is being processed. So, also, all of my services on my website are 10% off with the coupon code NOFEAR, NOFEAR. There's no space in between. And what else? I will be back for the second half. Oh, thank you for all of the donations that have come in. All of the videos that I'm doing on YouTube will be free. I'm not going to do subscriptions or have you guys pay for videos. So The donations that come in are helping me produce the videos on YouTube. So thank you for that. And thank you again for your patience. I will be back for the second half of March. Bye, guys.